Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Shumile, for those who don't know me, and in today's video, we'll be looking at coffee, a drink that you have when you are tired or need to do an all-nighter. But why am I talking about coffee? Well, the UK alone drinks 95 million cups a day, so I thought, you know what, why not? So before we move on, let's discuss two basic rules when it comes to drinking coffee. One is don't drink more than 1 cup, and number 2 is drink your coffee between mid and late mornings. There are scientific reasons to this, but in short, too much of anything isn't good for you. But after a bit of research, in the Turkish culture, both of these rules are followed, so let's have a bit of fun and look at Turkish coffee. Today I'm with Ali.
Yep. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you are the owner of the coffee shop. That's right. And today we are just going to have a look at Turkish coffee, how it's made, the process that's involved, and then just explore different flavors and all of that stuff. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. It's different because it's not your regular Starbucks Costa. This is totally away from that. So let's make a Turkish coffee.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So first of all, you need a jezva, which we bury in the sand. So the sand at the moment is about 320 degrees. Get a cup of cold water, about 3 to 4 ounces. By the way, it has to be room temperature minimum or cold.
Yeah, what's the reason? Because I read that somewhere, but I didn't see the reason as to why.
The reason why is because of the froth. You have to have the froth on
Turkish
top.
coffee is not Turkish coffee without froth.
Yeah. And I realized, no, there's some customers, they would look at it, it's like, if there's no froth, like, yeah, can we get another one? It's like, okay. But the froth is mainly because of the cold water. And I've realized, when you put hot water, let's say boiling kettle water, on that, and then put it, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna start off with the regular blend, which is a Turkish regular, and then we're getting 1 tablespoon amount of the powder. And the differences between this Turkish coffee and every other coffee is the fact that it's not filtered. So you get all the coffee residue in the bottom of the cup.
Okay.
And then depending on preference is the addition of sugar. Typically there's 2 levels of sugar, which is the medium level or sweet.
And medium level, I'm guessing, is the same amount of coffee that you put in?
No. Typically 2 levels of sugar.
Yeah.
Obviously you could have it without sugar. With 1 teaspoon of sugar, which is the medium level. 2 makes it sweet. Okay. And that's all about preference. Once you've mixed it in, then you swerve it around the heat to boil over. And the indication of it being ready, you'll see when it boils over to the top. Because Turkish coffee, it's the Turkish answer to an espresso. Just coffee beans and water.
So I'm guessing 100 years ago they would use sand.
Hundreds. Yeah. So around the Ottoman Empire, that's what tradition made it famous. The use of sand. Sand is used all over the world. Yeah. So there is claims that the sand actually distributes the heat around the jezwa. But ideally everything else can be the same.
And can you make Turkish coffee without the jezwa, or it is best made like this?
The best way, especially a copper jezwa, which is very difficult to find in the UK, but a copper jezwa would be the best.
So I've noticed you just poured it in once and then poured it in again?
The first pour is for the froth. Froth will sit at the bottom whilst you put the second, and then you go another round until it boils over, and then you put in the rest of the portion. The froth would actually go sit on the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is the indication of a good coffee.
Okay. So would I have to wait to drink this?
So you give it about 20 to 30 seconds so all the coffee dust settles to the bottom. This is why it's unfiltered, so the coffee dust is always at the bottom.
Okay. And talking about the culture of Turkish coffee, when would I drink this? Is it on the go or what?
So obviously my brand is completely different. I believe I'm the first takeaway Turkish coffee in the UK. I'm guessing in Turkey there are. But traditionally Turkish coffee is served at home, and it's always something you sit in to do, or in a restaurant, etc. And it's always served with a cup of water and some desserts, such as dates, chocolates, or Turkish delight. The idea is to break down the bitterness of the coffee with the sweets.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to try these as well. I don't know if you've heard of ma'moul.
No.
So in Saudi, they're very famous. But this one's the Iraqi version, so it's more crispier, which have dates inside, if you don't have any allergies.
Oh, no. Because there's another thing that I've read about Turkish coffee as well. So in like Turkish cultures, when someone's getting engaged and they go to the other person's house,
Yes.
the woman adds salt in it.
So
and
the girl that you're going to propose to, or the one you're asking her hand for, and if the family do agree, you bring in either a cold drink and typically Turkish coffee. And what she would do is serve everyone a Turkish coffee, but the spouse's Turkish coffee would have salt, pepper, anything. And if he actually sits there and drinks it all, that means he's actually into her. If he actually like spits it out or doesn't like it or has any sort of a reaction, is that basically is unsteady. It's a joke, but yeah. So yeah, it's a joke, but it happens all the time.
It's okay if I can drink this?
Of course, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so let's.
But you have to keep in mind that it's extremely hot, 300 degrees.
300 degrees?
Yeah. But the idea of the coffee beans dust sitting at the bottom is that you always got direct contact with the coffee.
The actual benefit.
Exactly. Whereas the filtered coffee, that's it. It's just the liquid of the coffee, which is just small contact that's gone into it, and then it's in your cup. But with this, it's constantly in the cup.
So I'm guessing if you were to get benefits from the coffee, you were to drink it unfiltered.
Yes, typically yes. Yeah, I mean the best outcome of the best coffee would be unfiltered, and then maybe filter it later on. But ideally, you wouldn't need to filter it. That's the maximum.
And even like the size of the cup as well.
Yeah.
So like obviously, even I'm comparing to Starbucks because that's our norm.
Yeah.
Like the cup is a lot bigger. Obviously, this is like an espresso style cup. But why this cup?
So traditionally, this is how it's been served.
Yeah.
I have some traditional Turkish servings. It never gets bigger than this, and typically that's how you're. And that's it.
So I'm going to drink right now the Turkish coffee. So you can see here the froth. Okay, so we've got a very thick layer of froth here. And that's very important when it comes to Turkish coffee. Okay, so let's actually drink it. It's definitely bitter, I'll give you that.
How are you, man? You okay?
And it's got that little kick to it. It's like, you suddenly feel awake. But it's definitely worth a try. And it's something that, in terms of coffee, when you should drink it, typically you should drink it in the morning because the effects of caffeine, when it occurs, is typically after a couple of hours. Have it late at night, that's why you don't sleep. That's why people tend to drink at night. But health-wise, it's in the morning. You want to be drinking this in the morning and not more than one. Health, advice is not more than one. More than one, obviously, you'll experience a caffeine crash and so many other different things as well. But just looking at, the way Turkish coffee is made, it's definitely an experience to have. So if you're free, then feel free to come down on Edgware Road at 66 Coffee.
So that was pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like more content like this, then suggestion is that you comment down below. And like I always say, stay happy and keep smiling.